All right, welcome back to another Blue Chip Scouting team mock draft. This time it is the Seattle Seahawks on the clock with pick 9. And Nick and I were just talking about pre recording. Their draft history isn't very pretty. I mean, Rashad
It's
Penny, I don't know about Darrell Taylor. I don't know if he's been good. But LJ Collier, Malik McDowell, I mean, not a lot of bright spots.
yeah, it's like Seattle's very weird to predict because they will do just about anything they damn well please. And in 1 minute, they'll draft good players like DK or Damian Lewis, and then the other hand, like you say, LJ Collier, Rashad Penny, Marquise Blair. They make no logical sense. And I think that the fact that they haven't drafted especially well in the past 4 to 5 years has really caught up to them. So now they've finally entered this what is effectively like a rebuild. I would imagine. I mean, they traded Russell Wilson away. They got a couple good players for him, and a hefty amount of picks. But you have to think that they're gonna have to start rebuilding this team somehow.
Yeah, for sure. While you mentioned Russell Wilson, let me pull the details of that trade real quick.
Yes, I do know for a fact that obviously no Fant, Drew Lock, and Shelby Harris were part of that. So
Let's see. The Seahawks got number 9 this year, a 2023 first, 2 second round picks, I guess, in 2023, doesn't really say. Number 40 this year, a fifth this year, Noah Fant and Drew Lock, and Shelby Harris. So it was quite the deal.
it is. It is. It's quite the hefty trade, but I mean, I think the real prize for them, other than the first round picks, is getting Noah Fant because they've needed a tight end forever. And
Yeah.
granted, Will Dissly's fantastic in his own right, but the problem with him is that he hasn't been able to stay healthy, which is terribly unfortunate because I really liked Will Dissly when he came out. So I don't
He
know.
was a good blend of blocking and receiving, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, yeah,
But
definitely the opposite of Drew Sample.
but with the uncertainty of how the Seahawks draft, we are going to be using the PFF mock draft simulator where you can now trade players. Because who knows, maybe is it John Schneider over there? He wants to get a little crazy.
Yeah, like we addressed before, he does whatever he pleases. So this could either be someone random like Trevor Penning, or it could be something like smart, like say like Thibodeau's there.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Without further ado, let's dive into the draft. Start draft. All right. Aiden Hutchinson 1, Sauce 2, Icon 3, Kayvon 4, Trayvon 5, Evan Neal 6, Charles Cross 7, Stingley 8.
That's interesting. Well, granted, my gut tells me go BPA with Kyle Hamilton, but they have Jamal Adams and Quandre Diggs, and however you may feel about those players, I mean, they're starting caliber, and they will do their job pretty well.
The player we talked about pre-recording is still on the board, Trevor Penny. I know he's significantly lower than us, but this would be a Seattle pick if I ever saw it.
It would be. They could also just mess around and take Raymond because why not?
Yeah.
I mean, Seattle truly is the wild card of the top 10. Like they will do just literally anything. So I think knowing Seattle's tendencies, they've needed to draft an offensive tackle for a long time. I think we have to go Penning. It just makes the most sense.
I mean, I agree. He's significantly lower on my board, and I'm sure yours, but Arif is putting together a consensus community big board, and I think he's 20 on there, and so I guarantee you the NFL loves him, and he's going round 1. It's just who takes him, and I think Seattle's a very prime candidate to do so.
Well, and the thing here about this is the fact that Charles Cross went in this simulation went 7 to the Giants, and I'm sure you've heard that the NFL is significantly lower on cross than we all are.
Yeah.
So I mean, it could be a case where cross could be on the board here for them, but they take Penny instead.
Very well could. I mean, that would stun the draft community. NFL has their fair number of bad decisions on hand, as do we. But yeah, I think we'll go Trevor Penny here to. No one's really surprised because it's Seattle.
Yeah. Now, with these next 2 picks, what you do? Check if Arnold Ebiketie on the board, because
Maybe
he's not. Maybe he is.
Did he go?
Oh, interesting.
Oh, he went 30.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Okay. All right, well, let me throw this your way, Browning. Seattle definitely has a body type that they love at edge rusher. Consistently over the years, they've had, like, obviously Michael Bennett and Chris Clemens notwithstanding. They typically draft guys who are about 6'2", 6'3", 256, 200 to like 260 pounds or whatever. Obviously, Darrell Taylor meets that kind of threshold. Bruce Irving's definitely one of those guys who is kind of that more compact edge rusher. And Boye Mafe is staring us right in the face right here. And he is a guy who has been projected to go round 1 because he's tested out of the park. And he's another guy has a lot of room to improve with his hands in terms of pass rush, but he's already got so many good moves that he likes to use. I think and the thing with him is that he really needs to get good. He really needs to work on his reaction to certain offensive tackle sets and how he looks in the run and how he adapts to the run game. But I think he's a guy that Seattle would totally look for here, given his upside and then body type.
I would love Mafe here. The person that I was looking at, I haven't watched yet, but I've been told I need to go watch is Josh Pascal.
Yeah, Pascal's an interesting guy. I'm not quite as high on him as everybody else seems to be. I thought he was a bit had some stiffness to him, but he's a great height weight guy. He's kind of that can be he's kind of I would say he is versatile. I'd say because he can kind of play that 3-4-4-5 technique kind of look for you, but he can also kind of split out to a 6 or 7 technique if you run more 4-3 looks. And again, Seattle's defense has always been predicated on getting versatile edge defenders. So I mean, the guys they can just put inside, outside, have them rush from spaces at a 2-point stance. So he's another guy they could potentially look at as well.
We do have back-to-back picks here.
True, and while we're at it, let's see corners real quick.
Kylo Gordon would keep him in Washington.
Yeah, because it looks as though their top corners are Trey Brown, Sidney Jones, and Justin Coleman.
I can bet Raj McCree doesn't meet the arm length threshold.
No.
Tariq Woolen if we want to reach again, but...
See, I don't know why, but Woolen also screams Seattle because he's just one of those, kind of just wild card picks that I think they would just throw a dart at because, like I said, Seattle's weird.
And they also, there's quarterback options because they're rolling out Drew Lock.
And or Geno Smith. Just saying.
True. But Sam Howell is available. Not a terrible option here.
No, neither is Pickett really. Corral, I would avoid with a 10-foot pole because I don't think he's exactly like Drew Lock, but it's that same idea.
Yeah,
really.
Gunslinger mentality, pick six or touchdown, pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
But I think we're going to go edge with this pick, and Josh Pascal and Boye Mafe are the two that we're talking about. Pascal is 6'4", 268. Mafe is 6'4", 261, so very similar. I say we make Ben happy and go with Mafe.
Yep.
All right, and we are back on the clock.
Oh, that was a long time.
Yeah, big wait. So, do we want to go QB here? Do we want to go corner?
I mean, I don't know how you feel about QB. It's just that, like, if I'm Seattle, I'm punting till next year because they're not going to be in a competing, window. I think for like another couple years, at least. So,
build up the team, focus on QB next year.
Yeah, I'd say let's get Kylo Gordon. I mean, local kid, athletic guy, smart player, short area quickness. I mean, he definitely meets. I think he meets the length threshold. Wouldn't you agree?
I forget what he measured in with, but
I know he's at least
it's not bad.
Yeah, I know he's at least bigger than McCreary.
Let's look it up real quick. Mock draftable.
I mean, but if we're going by, making Ben happy, I mean, we know how he feels about, Gordon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Gordon only measured in with 34 percentile at 31, so I'm not sure of Seattle's requirements, but let's see here. Is there a way to expand our needs, or is that all they're listing?
I thought that's all they're listing.
Oh, wow. That's surprising.
I know, right? Well, let me take a quick Google search. I mean, TDN also has them as listed as a need for interior offensive line, which I don't really hate either because their starting center is Austin Blythe, and that's suboptimal.
Yeah, it's not great.
But I mean, I think you can wait on someone like Donovan West if you want to go center because West is a young, kind of higher upside guy.
Yeah, also, get Stranger Jurgens too. Fortner's not a bad option.
No.
So do we go against her grain with Kyler Gordon, or do we do another reach with Tariq Woolen?
Both kind of make sense for different reasons. I mean, Woolen just screams Seattle because he's a high upside, but long limbed corner. So
we do pick at 72, so Woolen could be on the board.
True.
Let's see. Is there any other position we're considering right now?
I mean, I don't really know how they feel about like another inside linebacker next to Jordan Brooks because I don't know. I mean, I don't know enough about Seattle's team, admittedly, to make that determination. I mean, I wasn't, a big Cody Barton fan when he came out in the draft, so.
Leona Chenal and Quay Walker aren't bad options here.
No.
All right, Nick, and we'll leave it up to you. Where do you want to go?
Oh, pressure. I'm just gonna cop out and just say, man, let's just take Kyler Gordon.
All right. Hopefully, we redeemed ourselves with Ben.
Well, I mean, that's his guy. Him and McDuffie are his guys, so I would hope so. Oh, okay. This is interesting. I'll tell you why. Zach Tom.
Yeah.
Yeah. They need a center.
Not too far off from where I have them graded, so I wouldn't hate it.
Yeah.
You want to go Zach Tom?
I'll leave this one up to you because there's a couple other good players on the board as well. I mean,
let's see here. Brian Asamoah. I liked Asamoah when I watched him yesterday.
Yeah, he's good.
Who did we just take this last round? Kyler Gordon. We could go Asamoah and float the Cowboys a trade for Travis or Tyler Biotis, maybe.
You know, that's not the worst idea in the world. I could get down with that idea.
See when the Cowboys pick 88. Let's see. Yeah, let's go Brian Asamoah and pause and offer a trade with the Dallas Cowboys. Where are you?
By the way, I think it's like the coolest thing that like PFF allows you to trade players.
Oh yeah, right. Trade will not be accepted. What are we throwing up for next year? We can try it. You want to try it?
Yeah. Send it.
I guess it worked. I don't know.
It did.
All right, we are in round 4, and Carson Strong is still on the board.
Listen, all right, he's my QB1. I understand there's limitations here in terms of, his long-term health. There's been a lot of rumors about his, locker room and coachability, I suppose.
I wouldn't hate that option right now in round 4. He's my QB1 as well.
I mean, like, if you drafted in round 4, you're not exactly tied to the hip to the guy.
Yep, you can move on from. Contract's easy.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think I disagree with this.
Let's see, is there anyone else on the board? Luke Fortner, but we just got Beatis, I would think. I'm pretty sure that went through.
Can we check for that real quick?
Yeah, let's see how to check.
Because what pick did we give up? Did we give up 109?
I believe so, yes.
So damn, I don't think it went through.
Or we have 109. Do we have 114? No.
Yeah, it must have not gone through. Damn.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah. Well, it's either going to be Luke Fortner or Carson Strong. I wouldn't hate either one.
Let's see what else is available at their offensive line. Alec Lindstrom.
No.
I didn't hate Josh Ezeudu, but I don't think he can play center.
No, he's guard tackle.
Yeah. So do we take Luke Fortner and try to trade up, package some picks, and get Carson Strong? Or do the opposite?
Yeah, because I think like you could probably take Fortner and like immediately try to pause the draft, so like someone doesn't try to take him.
Yeah,
I think
pick Carson Strong. All right, the Giants 112.
Well, first make sure like Fortner didn't go though, because like
he did not. David Bell and James Mitchell.
Hey, David Bell to the Ravens. All right.
So 152 and 153 gets us to 112. Let's see if 229 will do it. Nope. 229 won't, but
they're playing hardball.
152 and 153 will. Do we want to do this?
Sure. As I said, you're not tied to the hip to the guys, so like,
yep.
So.
All right, and Luke Fortner is available. We want to make him pick.
Yeah. Cool. They got a starting center.
There we go. And I think we have one more pick left in the 200s. I think it was like 209.
Something like that. You just want to do like a dart throw, a classic Seattle dart throw?
Yeah, pretty much. meet all the measurables, stuff like that.
Yeah. Were they bad in college? What?
229. What's that Idaho State receiver that everyone's talking about? No, he's not there.
Ah, damn.
Isaiah Weston is there.
So is Reggie Roberson.
I have not watched him. I assume you have.
Yeah, but so he's like a big brain guy for me and Dante. I've granted he graded a lot, better over the summer. But he kind of had an injury late in 2020, and it kind of showed in 2021. It wasn't as crisp as a route runner. Still had good hands, still good concentration. But he looked like he kind of lost a step. And also he wasn't targeted as much as a result. More of the passes went to Danny Gray and Rashee Rice. So
Cameron Latu's in the simulator. He is not in this class.
if he was, he'd be much higher ranked.
He would be. But Ryan Van Demark, he's an interesting name. I've heard some good things, but I don't know if I'm going to get to his film.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm probably not going to do so either.
Jack Sanborn, I know that name. I know Cordell Volson. Connor Haywood, the move piece, fullback, tight end.
Yeah. Caleb Ellaby.
Yeah, well, he took Carson Strong.
Damn.
Marquette McCall. Austin. I don't know how to pronounce his last name, but I think he's one of Brett Coleman's top 10 offensive tackles.
Yeah, I've heard a couple people that are like Deculus is kind of like a development. I think Matt Valavidas was talking about him with Devin Jackson the other night on the Commanders streams. I think I remember them selecting him as like a rotation guy, or like not a rotation guy, was like a developmental guy later on.
Should he be our dart throw here?
I mean, so hypothetically speaking, now that we have Trevor Penny on the roster, their other offensive tackles are Stone Forsythe, who they also drafted in the 6th round last year, Jake Curran, who was a free agent signing last year, and Greg Island, who I think he was an A&M guy, wasn't he, or was he Mississippi State?
Let's see here. Mississippi State.
Okay. And I don't think either Curran or Island is somebody you want starting for you. So, yeah. I mean, granted, I haven't watched Austin Deculus, so I can't speak to his film, but I know that people like him. Like you said, Coleman seems to be a guy who's in on him. So,
should we do it?
I think we should.
All right, let's go. Austin, whatever his last name is.
At least you're not like Devin, who can't pronounce anyone's name.
Watch us end up with Tyler Biotis, too.
Yeah.
Okay, no, we didn't. Thank God. Okay, so we took Trevor Penny in round 1 because it's a Seattle pick. Boye Mafe in round 2. That's a good pick. Kylo Gordon with our 2nd pick in round 2. Also a good pick. Asimo in round 3. Solid value. QB1 in round 4. Amazing value. Package 152 and 153 to come up for Luke Fortner, who can, at worst, be a rotational piece off the offensive line. And then we took Austin D. something out with their last pick as a developmental swing at a tackle. How do you think we did, Nick?
Well, to be perfectly honest with you, aside from drafting Penning way too high at 9, I think we did excellent. I think, Mafe gives you a high upside edge rusher to kind of pair with, Darrell Taylor and Uchenna Nwosu. Gordon is a starting caliber cornerback. The same thing with Brian Asamoah, who can step in right next to Jordan Brooks and be a strong, will linebacker for you. Carson Strong, guy you're not technically tied to the hip with. You can maybe throw him in there, with Geno Smith and Drew Lock and who else is quarterback? Jacob Eason, and see how that plays out. And Luke Fortner, starting caliber center, and then Austin Deculus, like you said, rotation swing guy. I think it's overall. If I was a Seattle Seahawks fan, I'd be very happy with this draft. They could do a lot worse than what we've done here.
They very well could. We stuck to the Seattle mantra of reaching with an early pick, and we still ended up with a very good haul, I would say. I mean, there's at minimum 3 starters, ideally 5 or 6 in this class right here. Not anytime you can get that in a draft class, it's a home run to me.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, so that is going to do it for the Seattle Seahawks mock draft. Tomorrow we have the Atlanta Falcons, and I don't know if we have anyone scheduled for that, so I won't say names yet, but be sure to tune in for that tomorrow, and thank you for tuning in for this mock draft. See y'all next time.